I hope you know Burns, because if you're a Scot and you don't, it's a kind of national crime. And if you're not Scottish, well, it's a shame, because you miss probably the greatest pop star in the world. I'm not joking, because a song by Burns, Auld Lang Syne, is the second most sung song in the world after Happy Birthday. But we never know who was the creator of Happy Birthday. Do you understand my English? Well, because I came from a not so good civilized country like England. It's incredible. You know, Iraq was a great civilization hundreds and hundreds of years before England. And they think Iraq is an uncivilized country. Well, it's incredible. Well, why am I here? So, to say properly, I'm in the field of meaning, you see? And I think that all your areas are in this field, because all human knowledge means meaning in all areas. So, my focus is this guy. You see, only 37 years in the 18th century, but oh, what years. Robert Burns is a universal poet, one of the greatest, and a great contribution for human life, human thinking, human heart. So, thank you, my poet. Well, my focus is this concept and word, farewell. So, I'm in the field of Andrew. You see, words, words, words. But like the poem said, words are not words. Words are humans. So words are important, no doubt. So what I've studied is the concept and the word of farewell in Burns' poetry. We've selected 22 poems where the word is included, you see, and the first step was to look at the years of the creation of the poems. And that's important because, as you see, there's 2 years, 86 and 91, with more farewell poems in Burns. Well, it's great. It's significant because in 86, it was a critical year for Burns. He was in completely misery. His life was complete disarray. 3 wives, 3 women pregnant. One of them with twins. It was a moment where Burns intended to go to Jamaica, but fortunately he doesn't, because he published his first book, Poems Chiefly in Scottish, and the book was an incredible success, and he forgot Jamaica. And something quite good, because Jamaica was a graveyard for white men, for civilized men. Yeah, it's true. Most of the Scottish and non-Scottish that went to Jamaica in those years died. So the other year is also significant because Burns was in Dumfries, but he lost for the first time in his life his farm. Farming was the main activity that created Burns' soul, you see, but Ellie's land was lost And he lost one of his greatest loves. A married lady in Edinburgh, Nancy McClose. He called her Clorinda. Well, Clorinda decided to join her husband in Jamaica, and the love with Burns was lost. So, quite important years for the farewell, you see, concept. Well, as you know, poetry is full of opinions, brief comments. Our job is to apply to poetry more systematic methods of analysis, you see. And these are the 4 methods we have used to analyze the concept of farewell in Burns. The first, Andrew have already talked about, but this is a visual thesaurus, you see. It's thesaurus exists since when? At least since the 19th century. But today we have tools and other capacities. How do you pronounce thesaurus? Thesaurus? Thesaurus. In Portuguese we said thesaurus. Well, you see, you put the word in this program, and the program gives you the relations and the interactions of this word and this meaning. Well, this is the result. Farewell, you can use it as a word, of course, in conversations, in letters, in emails, but farewell is also a process of leaving. When you click in the leaving point, you have this, you see, which means a complex process of leaving, departure, going away, going to somewhere, and so on. So this kind of process we're going to apply to our study of the farewell. And of course, farewell is, as a word, is related with a lot of. Second step is the collocation analysis. You see, what's the collocation analysis? Well, we try to identify contiguous words to a word or to a sentence or to a concept in a corpus of texts. We have selected only proper names, substantives. How do you say substantives? No, substantives. And adjectives. Well, we don't, other kind of words we are not interested in this study. So, you see, we can select any number of words before and after our word. We have selected only 5, but you can select 1,000 and including compare the results. Well, that's the image of a collocation analysis. See, we have our word and we have the related after and before. So this is the list of the 22 poems collocation analysis, you see, in alphabetical order. Well, this is too much words. We're trying to apply other method, which is topic modeling. The idea is to arrange the words in clusters, you see. So we have found in this corpus these 4 clusters: nature, places, people, and feelings. You have here, if you want, I suppose the documents are available. If you want all the list, it's a large list. So look at the nature, the nature's topic. Have you seen most of the words are related with the departure, which means the point of departure. Scotland, of course, mountains, plain, raving winds, and we have very few words related with the going, the travel, like boundless ocean, seas, and also few related with the point of arriving, you see. In this case, Jamaica, Rich Hannah, the trajectory plans, or the distance. In terms of places, you see, it shows us that these poems of Burns are quite biographical. These are biographical or biographical? Biographical. Yeah, these are places and things related with Burns' life. And we can check the feelings. Well, we need to, I need to end. We need to do other step, which is the comparative analysis, which means looking at all the poems and trying to catch common topics of the poems, you see? So this is the list. We have selected these topics related with the thesaurus, which means farewell from where to where, who says farewell, from whom, from what, reason why, and feelings involved. So this is the list, all the list of the comparative analysis. And these are topics, look, in terms of who, it's mainly the poet, the bard, which means Burns. In terms of from where, it's their familiar places. In Scotland, you see, Old Scotia, Tarbolton Lodge, the Freemason Lodge of Burns, the islands, and so on. In terms of what was the farewell, you see the same things. Friends, love, friendship, and so on and so on. In terms of from who, you have also the names, and which means women, loves, family, friends. But look at in terms of to where. We change completely from positive reference to negative references. And that's an important point. Also the reason why, you see, crime, cruel fate, misfortune, forgiveness, and so on. And in terms of feeling, there's a strong component of negative feelings, sadness, anguish, tears, agony, and so on, you see? So, this analysis shows us that farewell is a strong component of Burns' work. And it's always presented in an intense and deep dimension. Nigel Lisk, a great specialist about Burns, talks about Melibos. Melibos, it's a Virgil character, the Roman poet. Melibos was condemned to go outside Eden and to have what Burns, after all, shows in this concept of farewell, you see, condemned by fate to an hopeless shame. Well, it was not an easy life, the life of this great poet, but even the journey was dark, you see. You can see this in a lot of words in the poems. It seems that there's little or no hope, except in friendship, in memory, and in the memory of the love, you see. So we can say that this great guy was a believer, but a desperate believer. Well, my fellows, thank you. Thank you to Lydia. Lydia was the mentor assigned to me by the X team. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.